everyone. Last time we talked, I was getting a lot of things off my chest. Turned out to be a very important video for me. I didn't realize I had that many things to say about why I hate people in general and when people are disappointing to you on a small scale or a big scale, and it was just really good. I ended up having a lot of conversations with people about similar topics, not because I was talking about them in the video, but because, you know, it's just life. Um, that being said, today I want to talk about a person that I lost contact with, not because I hate her, and I don't think because she hates me, just because of life. In the last video, I talked about being ghosted by a former best friend, and this is the exact opposite situation. This is truly a case of just life being life, and you lose touch, and a missed phone call or a can't make plans turns into years without contact. The friend that I'm talking about now is someone I met when I was in grad school way back when, and we were very, very close. We both worked nearby when we both had jobs in Manhattan and went through a lot of life changes together. I even planned her wedding back when that was something that I did, and that was already in 2012, and her anniversary is coming up, which is more ironic that I'm talking about her today. She doesn't know it yet. And it got me thinking that I really need to reach back out to her. It's been several years. I don't even know when the last time I spoke to her was in a meaningful way, not social media. And I just miss her, and I want to reconnect and catch up. And when you want to call someone and reconnect, oftentimes the thing that makes you hesitant is that, where do you begin? How do you catch up? What was the last thing that I told you about? It could be a 12-hour phone call, and no one has time for that. And whereas that has to do with my illness, is that this is a person that knew I had severe migraines. She had migraines too, but nothing on the scale of mine. And it made me think, like, how do you explain where you are in your life to someone who has a familiarity with you and your life story, but there's been a pause button, so to speak? And so the reason my chronic illness has anything to do with this story is that my chronic illness is the reason that I am where I am in my life to a large extent. It's done more damage besides physical. It has stopped me in my tracks. I don't think emotionally speaking is probably the only time I can say that I think it's increased or sped up my emotional growth because of the things that I've had to deal with, especially now that I'm talking about it more. But on all other aspects, it is where I am. I'm single. I am still living at home. It has the reason I no longer have a day job, though I hated it. It is the reason I have the finances that I have. It is the reason that I am where I am in my life. And it's very hard to convey that to somebody else. I think it's hard for people to understand how being chronically ill, especially for me severely, it's such a large chunk of time. I'm estimating about 10 years was the real brunt of it. And how that changes you. I'm 37, and these are formative years. These are the years that set you up for where you're going to be the rest of your life or who you're going to be the rest of your life. And it can be embarrassing or uncomfortable if someone doesn't really get the gravity of when you say I've been chronically ill for so long. I don't know that they understand all the other implications, especially the health implications that you're still dealing with, or how hard or long it took to truly get there. And I suppose the irony is I could ask someone to watch these videos, but even so, as I do these videos more and more, I still don't think that I'm quite explaining enough or describing enough what it's like to be me in this scenario. And I don't know that I even have the words for it. My goal was always to write a book about my experiences, and I still intend to, but I feel like because of the drugs, because of the pain, because of the time lost, I sort of don't remember a lot. And I feel like I'm always missing these important parts that I can't quite verbalize. That's why I'm always looking for examples to share with you to sort of illuminate my feelings and my situation. And this is just one of them. Um, so while this friend knew I was sick and I'd seen her often on like during that period, I don't know that she knew what it was like to be me on a daily basis. And now that I feel like even just now I'm starting to learn how to explain it to everyone what it was like to be me and go on with my life and friendships and things like that. And so we can't really pick up where we lost off, right? That left off. It's though you know me, but you don't really know me, and you don't know who I am now, and I don't know who you are now. Whatever struggles you may or may not have had in the time that it's been since we spoke. So that's where I'm sort of at. Where do I begin? How do I catch my friend up on what's been going on in my life, what I have been going through, been dealing with, how I've gotten to this point, and where I see my future. And I have a very bright future, and it's never been more within the grasp and within my grasp than it is now. And so I want to let back people into my life that I know value me and my time and my struggle, and and aid them in their lives. You know, life is really about the people that you have in it, because as important as money and health and things are, if you don't have people that love you and care about you and that you can have fun with and share good and bad times with, um, it doesn't really mean anything. So I guess I'll have to continue this conversation once we catch up, and I'll let you know how it goes. But that's where I've been thinking today. So that's what I wanted to share with you. I hope everyone is well and staying migraine free. Talk to you soon.